Alright, YouTubers, what's going on? We're looking at a brand new zero tolerance 0450, 0450. The newest Sinkevich designed zero tolerance. One of the new models for 2015, and the one that I am most excited about. Let's move that box out of the way. And I just received this knife, so this is definitely a first impressions video. But man, I have been excited for this one for a while. As you can see, it's a very small, slim, streamlined knife. It weighs only 2.9 ounces. I'm dropping it. 2.9 ounces. It's pretty phenomenal for being a full titanium frame lock. You can see it's got those beautiful red standoffs that really, such a nice change up from ZT's typical black standoffs like on the 0900 and the 0452. So really like that touch. It's got a nice polished pivot, which is also a cool touch. So it adds a little more class to this knife. This is definitely a classy looking folder. So let's go ahead and flip this baby open. Bam! Just rockets out of there. They got the perfect detent on these knives lately. I tell you, they fly out of there. You got to really be. One thing I noticed, a lot of people were complaining about the 452, which was a big knife. I don't know why, but they're putting, they're saying the detent is really hard. It's hard to flip the knife open. 99% of the time, it's because you're putting pressure on that lock bar. I mean, you can see this is absolutely effortless. I don't even have to think about it. I'm not like worried about where my hand position is. It just flips. So maybe I'm just used to it, but I don't know. So S35 VN steel on this gorgeous satin finish blade. If you can see, you have the two-tone stonewashing up here on the flats. I love that they're doing that. That's a nice little touch there. Really sleek blade profile. Serial number 70, really low. I've been getting lucky at these getting low serial numbers. 450 Sinkevich. Now, one thing that's cool, there is no zero tolerance branding on the blade. You have that small Kai branding, here. But other than that, you have no zero tolerance, so it's almost a sterile blade. You've got a zero tolerance logo here that's very subdued into the titanium, and you have to kind of get it the right light to even see it. So that's really nice. So first impressions, ergonomics are flipping outstanding on this knife. Just feels perfect in the hand. I mean, again, guys, medium-sized hands. If you noticed, you have a little bit of the knife hanging off. I'll do a size comparison here with a few other knives to show you, but this is the perfect size EDC for me. Perfect. Perfect weight. I mean, you're talking 3 ounces, doesn't weigh anything, but you still have a 3 1/4 inch blade, which is plenty of blade for most EDC tasks. Action's very smooth. Detent is pretty much perfect on this. I can't complain about that at all. You do have the steel lock bar insert, as on most of the new ZTs have. So, pocket clip, I don't mind it at all, actually. It's long, but it's not like that standard ZT clip. It's a newer style clip. I believe the 808 is going to have this style clip as well. And I like that. Not really a deep carry clip. You're going to have probably, that much of your knife showing, but that doesn't bother me at all. So that's one thing to think about when you're looking at this knife. But I think if you're hung up on the deep carry, the 0900 might be a good option for you. This is bigger than the 0900, longer, but not nearly as thick or as wide. It's pretty slim. Let's go ahead and compare it to a small Sabenza, which in my opinion is pretty much the best comparison knife, because you're talking full titanium frame locks, you're talking similar size blades. This one's right about 3 inches, this under 3 inches. So the ZT actually gets you a little bit more blade too. So it's about the same size. You can tell it's barely longer than the 0450, or than the Sabenza, excuse me. Thickness wise, look at that, guys. That's almost identical. I mean, let's put them like this. Yeah. Actually, the CT might be slightly thinner even than the small Sabenza. So if you've always wanted a small Sabenza flipper like I have, well, here you go. ZT has done it yet again for an enormous, not the right word, incredible price point of $160 for a full titanium frame lock on bearings, S35 VN steel. It's some nice custom red standoffs. For 160 bucks, get out of town. I don't know how they're doing it. This is cheaper than a lot of Chinese imports in this range with titanium and this type of steel. And it's made right here in the USA. Incredible. I mean, ZT, you guys are just killing it this year. I just can't even... Nice stonewashing on... I just can't get over how well they're doing with their pricing. Nice stonewashed frame, so it's not going to show a lot of wear. Kind of similar to the 0392. Not quite as heavily stonewashed, but really close. There's another size comparison for you. The 392 is obviously a bigger knife, but not by a ton. And this one, again, is just much slimmer. Sinkevich design knives tend to be slim. Like the 452, though it's a big knife, was very slim in the pocket and slim in the hand, you know, and it weighed just over 4 ounces. Now this is, you know, under 3 ounce weight, much smaller knife, but much more EDC friendly knife, in my opinion. No hot spots on the knife. It's got a nice grip there. Let's try the reverse grip. Oh, that's even better. That's super comfortable. These, you got these swedges, not swedges, choils here for your finger, and right here. I mean, it just fits your hand perfectly. So they've been nailing the ergonomics on these knives this year as well. Silence my phone so I don't get more interruptions. I'm actually recording this on a new phone, the LG G3. I did it in 1080p. It could have done 4K, but those videos take forever to upload. The lighting's not as good in my office, so I apologize for that. I'll try to brighten up a little bit in editing, but wow. Did not disappoint, guys. This was the one I was most excited for. Nice perfect centering, solid lockup, zero blade play. I mean, I don't expect anything less from ZT. This is probably the best buy of the year so far. I know it's only March, towards the end of March here, so first quarter, but for the price point, I don't think you can beat it. This is probably going to be their best-selling knife of the year. I would be surprised if anything else outsells it just for the sheer cost, because how many ZTs can you get for 160 bucks that are full titanium? I mean, you have some G10 speed safe like the 0350, which is an older model, but I'm talking, you know, these premium material knives with full titanium and S35VN steel on the KVT bearings. See, look, I did have a bit of time with my, I mean, this is my left hand, by the way, I'm right-handed. If I put pressure on there, that's not coming out, but you just got to know how to flip these things. I mean, this one may be a challenge for some just because it's slimmer. If you watched Epic Snuggle Buddies video, he mentioned that. But, you know, out of the box, I didn't have to rearrange my fingers. I think I'm just so used to flipping frame locks that it was just no big deal. I mean, no problem at all. You can see it's super smooth out of the box. Not quite as smooth as a 392, but hey, what do you get? You know, you got a $160 knife here. Wow. This really might kick my small Sabenzas out of my pocket for my typical EDC blade. Just slightly longer in size, but you do get a longer blade as well. Not by a whole lot, but about a quarter of an inch longer blade on the ZT, a little bit longer handle. So if the small Sabenza was just a little small for you, this might be up in your wheelhouse too. Now, just, you know, this is a smaller knife, guys. Just, you know that coming into it. Here's another size comparison for you with the Grayman Dua. This one's on loan from a buddy. Also a smaller titanium frame lock. They're about identical in length. Huge difference in thickness. Obviously the Dua is a very thick titanium frame lock versus the thin, slim, more ADC friendly ZT here. So, wow. I love those red standoffs. That really pops. You just see this nice, smooth, all titanium, then you're like, bam, there's some color. That's really cool. ZT 0450, guys, phenomenal. First impressions are out of this world great. I mean, wow. This was everything I wanted in a knife. I've been looking for around a 3-inch blade, 4-inch handled titanium flipper for a long time, and there's just not much out there. That's not, you know, made in overseas. And then I even looked at some of those, and the steel wasn't as good. I'm like, man, you know, when is someone going to come out with this? And it's like ZT read my mind and said, here's the 450. I love the direction they're heading. You know, they're still proudly overbuilt in the USA. They're going to be producing these style overbuilt folders like the 392, the You know, upcoming 808 is going to be probably around the same size as this, but thicker in the handle. So if you like that, a little more of a belt feeling. But guys, this still has that. It's just crazy light. Like, just maneuverability in this knife is awesome because of the weight. That grind, man, that is sexy. Let's see how the out of the box sharpness is. I sometimes forget to do this on my videos, and I apologize. Oh yeah. I'd say that's pretty sharp. Perfect, really, in my opinion. Perfect. Been loving their S35 VN too. They've been doing a great job on that as far as their heat treat's concerned. So, woohoo! Man, I'm stoked about this whole 450. This thing's just beautiful, perfect EDC knife, guys. They just came out. Dealers have already sold out, but they'll be coming, you know, again, trickling in. ZT has been having very few issues this year of producing knives, as you can see by the rapid pace they're getting all these new models out. And so just, you know, stay tuned. If you can't find one now, give it some time, maybe even a week, and you know they'll pop up again in dealers. But look how slim and streamlined that is. That's just perfection. I mean, gosh, that's the. I mean, it's literally as close as you're gonna get to a Sabenza flipper, I think, unless Chris Reeves actually comes out with a flipper, which I doubt he will. So, for the fraction of the cost, you're talking half the cost for one of these. So I love my small Sabs, guys, but this one, that's going straight in my pocket, and I don't know that anything's going to kick it out anytime soon. And I've been carrying the 392 pretty much exclusively, which I will continue to carry, especially when I want to have a bigger knife. But this guy, this is like your perfect EDC size knife. This is a perfect, you know, knife for slacks because it weighs so little. Talking less than 3 ounces. If you work in an office environment, this is a perfect knife for that. I mean, geez, this is a first impressions video turned into a review, and I just got it, so we'll go ahead and wrap it up. But guys, take a look heavily at the 450 by ZT. I highly recommend it. First impressions are incredible. Definitely gonna be using this one nonstop, going in my pocket right now, and I doubt it's gonna be kicked out by anything else. So, thanks for watching the video. Any comments, please leave them down below. Please hit that thumbs up button, and we'll see you on the next video.